Jive is back. All right. That's right. Jive Records is back, baby. Under the new leadership led by Mike Weiss and David Melhaldo, with some under the part of the RCA through Sony Music Group. So, if you're familiar with Jive Records, if you know, it originally when the hip hop record label was known as artists like Tribe Called Quest, as well as and Outkast, as one went to the teen pop artists like Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, and Britney Spears. But eventually, all the move into the other direction, including like Justin Timberlake's solo efforts, mostly a second album. But Jive Records is now, unfortunately, when the owner changes, like it was part of a Zomba group, but then eventually BMG acquired them, bought by BMG, which is a record, and then in 2004, BMG merged with Sony, and now it's Sony BMG Music Entertainment. And then in late 2008, early 2009, Sony bought out. BMG bought out this Sony stake, and Sony would gain full control of the music brand division after BMG dropped out, and now known as the Sony Music Group, now is still used today. And eventually in 2011, along with a fellow artist from RCA, including RCA, Jive Records, Arista, and J Records, was all absorbed to RCA and closed down immediately. But now it's back, baby, because it's under the new leadership, was led by Mike, like I said, Mike Wells, the son of Barry Wells, who worked at Jive Records, and David Melhaldo. So this is according to the Hollywood Reporter and also Billboard, I think. Jive Records is back. RCA, Sony Music. RCA is reviving the iconic label that has served the home of the wide range of acts from A Tribe Called Quest and Outkast to Britney Spears and the Backstreet Boys. And RCA has tapped former United Masters executives Mike Wells and David Melhaldo to run the label as a co-president. Jive will exist as a standalone label, RCA said, and Weiss and Melhaldo will report as RCA chairman and CEO Peter Edge and COO John Freakenstein. As a standing statement, we admire the impressive results Mike and David had achieved for their careers, and bringing them into the lead. Jive Records feel like the natural evolution and of a quality way to revive a label that they have been for the forefront of hip hop and pop. Their sharp instincts of approved ability to discover and deliver artists make them a great team to then launch Jive's next era. Jive was first founded by Clive Charter in 1981 and run by the political executive Barry Weiss for over 2 decades. Sony bought the label in 2004, was under partnership with with the BMG music label, and then the site dropped and BMG bought out the stake and remained later RCA, now under the Sony Music Group, of course, and the RCA folded alongside Arista Records and also J Records. So yeah. It eventually lost, but Arista Records was relaunched a few years ago. So yeah, in 2018, that's what we call that. An interview with the Hollywood Reporter at the time, RCA COO Tom Coulson, whatever you call that, who is now as COO of Warner Records, said that the path we're taking to replenish RCA we're going to retire those brands. And I think this will happen, and this is back in the day in 2011. And Jive Records is pretty much, along with Arista and J Records, is long gone. And because pretty much BMG was officially ended, and Sony we acquired a stake from BMG music label and record labels, but now there's today again Sony Music Group. So it's pretty much the brands, and Arista already got relaunched, and I'm more than thinking I think J Records might launch soon someday. So we'll see what happens. So before closer, Jive was along associated with major hip hop and pop acts from the 90s and 2000s. The pop icons Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, and Britney Spears all signed to the label. Also, the Jive roster were Pink, Usher, and Aaliyah. And the latter was led by we're not part can't say on YouTube because that person was putting on reasons. Anyway, Jive Records it's the deeply personal to me. It's shaped an entire generations in the way they learned this business. Why it said in the statement. We launched this iconic label with David, allowing us with the carry forward giant legacies of created and operations excellence, while proving that major labels that can deliver both innovation and fairness for artists. The same artist first philosophy that guide us at United Masters is what do we plan to bring Jive. And I'm grateful to Rob Stringer, Peter Edge, and John Flickenstein for trusting us for this legendary brand. As Milhad was adding, I spend much for my career. That's a commercial. Celebrity artists who further grew up, which has shaped to my perception on this the business and what artists need to build lasting careers. Relaunching Jive alongside Mike is an unreportedly to honor the independent spirits and to double down on the delivered artists in the shape culture. I'm excited to work with Rob Stringer, Peter Edge, John Flickenstein, and the entire team to bring this vision to life. Yep, and it's probably I agree. Because my childhood melodies I've listened to quite sometimes. I listened to back in the day. I was a kid. I listened to more like pop, teen pop, like Britney Spears, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, and also I know whenever the guys who did Outkast album was Hey Ya song. Whenever that, I remember I was a kid, and also did the Touchstone Timberlake songs because it was my proud childhood in the second album solo effort. So that's my proud childhood melody. So yeah, it's good to be happening with Jive Records is returning, and as well as the Arista Records was relaunching 3 months ago by RCA Music Group for Sony Music Group. And I'm not sure the J Records might be relaunched some point for future because I think like David's son and or daughter might run the company, but newly relaunch J Records someday, but who knows? But maybe we'll see. So what do you guys think? Do you think J Records might be going to be a comeback, a huge comeback for the old nostalgia people like any will love the mustaches like the 90s and 2000s, like boy bands and teen pop and even hip hop? So let me know in the comments below. And do you think about and I think that my proud childhood melodies, like I said, the Jive Records are familiar with, like Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Outkast, A Tribe Called Quest. That's and Justin Timberlake, as well as Usher. You know, he used to be worked at Arista, but now I'm not sure. But yeah, it's the sister label. So yeah, it's happening. So that's my proud child melodies are familiar for Jive Records, and he came back. And Mystical, that's the rapper who did the one song. Again, I'm not gonna say because YouTube reasons. Anyway, so that's my proud child melodies of Jive Records. Do you think? Let me know in the comments. And I hope you like this video. This is completely different than film and TV news, but this is going to be a new segment we call Music News. So let me know what you think, and leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. Like I said, like this video, share your friends. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell so keep up on the new videos every so often. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video, and I'm gonna end with a new catchphrase. Over and out.